ลุงฉามารับไปหาหมอแล้วค่ะไปฟังผลตรวจเลือดนะคะหน้าที่ลุงมารับป้าไปหาหมอถึงแล้วค่ะเดินไปอีกนิดนึงตื่นเต้นนั้นเนี่ยตื่นเต้นกลัวว่าจะได้ฟังข่าวไม่ดีเข้ามาในห้องตรวจนะคะแล้วลุงฉาก็อยู่ข้างๆเจาะเลือดนี่ส่วนมากจะตรวจอะไรนะคอเลสเตอรอลใช่ไหมแล้วก็น้ำตาลและอะไรก็พวกวิตามินทั้งหลายป้าเคยมีปัญหาเรื่องแคลเซียมต่ำแล้วก็วิตามินดีต่ำหวังว่าคงไม่มีอะไรคราวนี้หวังว่าทุกอย่างคงจะเรียบร้อยนั่งรอหมอกันหมอก็ยังไม่มา
Hello.
Nice to meet you, Dr. Wu.
Hi, Dr. Wu. How are you?
Hey, good. How are you? All right. So we're following up on lab results, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And did you have any symptoms when you came in last time, or we were just getting lab results just to make sure that you were healthy?
Yeah, just make sure I'm healthy.
Oh, okay. That's why all of your labs look so good. Let me go over them with you so that we can just talk. The only thing I could think of is maybe if there's any family history of heart disease that we start on a statin, but other than that, everything else looked fairly good. If I can even get into my computer.
Dr. Wu, at a couple of times, she just feel like earthquake on herself and then pass out.
Oh, really?
In the past week.
Oh yeah.
Describe this earthquake feeling, like exactly what you're sensing.
What am I gonna say? I just feel like my body is go like this and then it just happened.
How many times?
Twice.
Yeah, about twice.
About twice.
Yeah.
That mean last week.
Did
This
you
week.
did you ever end up actually passing out, or did you sit down and it got better?
Sometimes stand it happen or sit down it happen, but I never fainting.
You never lost consciousness.
Never.
And this is the first time this has ever happened to you in your life?
No, it's so many times, but last week just like a more, you know. That's why I go check my blood, so I was so worried about that.
Yeah.
Is it anything to do about sleeping, not enough, kind of thing?
Let me do a quick exam because I think I know what's going on. So hop up onto here. Okay, and I want you to lean all the way back. And then just lie there for a couple seconds while we talk. So I'm just gonna let you rest there while we keep talking. You said that it's been 2 or 3 times. This has never really happened to you before, not that you've experienced. Have you ever been sick at all in the last couple weeks or months?
No.
Okay. Have you been dehydrated? More sun exposure?
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay.
She not drink that much, yeah.
You don't drink a whole lot of water?
No, I have coffee with drink water.
Oh, okay. Because it's tasteless, or?
Yeah, I don't like to drink water, but I try to drink 3 cups a day,
Oh.
so that's good enough for me.
Okay. Okay. Let me go over your lab results.
She know now.
Well, we don't know because maybe in a second she's gonna be completely fine. But now I'm gonna ask you to sit up as quickly as you can, real quickly.
Fine.
You're fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing
So
happened.
it's not the dehydration. Let me go over your lab results so you can come back over here. So your A1C was 6.0. Not quite meeting diabetes criteria, but almost there. So how long Ooh, actually, I have the records. Hold on.
Yeah, from last year.
From last year, I was 5.9, 6.2, 5.8. So it's not really changing, actually. And you're not on metformin or any medications for prediabetes,
No.
so we can continue at this. There's no need to put you on any medication. For
I don't
this.
want that too.
Yeah. It looks like your cholesterol levels were a little bit high, and it looks like it's been high in the past, but it's not changing very, very much.
Okay.
If there is any family history of heart disease, if you have high blood pressure, I would put you on a statin at this point.
My dad, my mom.
Your dad and your mom had heart disease. Did they die of heart
Oh
attacks?
no, not heart disease, but cholesterol.
They had high cholesterol?
Yeah.
And did they get put on like high cholesterol medications as
Yes.
well?
Yes.
Okay. So I think it's time to let's see how many times this was. So this was about 3 years worth of results, and it looks like it's still high. So potentially it's time to start.
Then put me on medication.
Yeah. Let me calculate your risk score really quick. So you're 60. You don't have diabetes yet. You don't smoke?
No, no drink, no smoke.
Okay. 223. And you're not on anything for high blood pressure, correct?
No.
Okay. So actually we're okay. We don't need to start medications yet. Your average risk, so people with exactly the same scores as you on all of these here, overall, in 10 years, their risk of having a heart attack is only 2%. And so because it's such a low risk, there's no real need to put you on a statin yet.
Good to hear that.
All right. So usually we start statins when they're 7.5% or above, because that gets pretty close to 10%, right? And 10% is a little bit high for us to be comfortable with it, but 2.3 is perfect.
Okay.
So just keep working on, I know it is genetic because some of your cholesterol comes from the family, but keep working on your diet and trying to get the cholesterol down, and we won't have to
I
start.
think normally on this month, I got the high cholesterol because I didn't do exercise. I got to do exercise when it's getting cold the weather. I go walk about an hour. But when getting hot, I'm stop. Yeah, I think that's why.
Okay. So you haven't been exercising as often lately?
Yeah, in the season, so
Gotcha.
I do it every day.
So that's part of it too, because exercise does really, really well with cholesterol. Whenever someone exercises more, the cholesterol levels come down really quickly.
How about
So
golf?
right now, my weight is going up about almost 5 pounds.
I'm a good cook.
Good cooks are good, except when you're gaining weight.
I'm gaining weight.
Overall, your trend seems to be about the same, 118 to 119. So you were 118 pounds like 6 years ago, and now you're only 119.
Only one. Oh, I don't want to go up more.
I think 119 is fine. I wouldn't want you to go up or go down much more. Yeah, a BMI of 25 is perfect. At your age, a BMI of 25 carries a lot less risk of osteoporosis, of dying of frailty. So this is kind of like a good weight. Frailty is this generalized term for what happens to people once they reach 65 to 70 and they get sick with something like, say, pneumonia, or they get sick with some kind of GI infection, and all of a sudden their entire body, like all other diseases, start to show up all at the same time. So that tends to happen sometimes when they're a little bit lower on their weight side because their body isn't able to respond to a sickness by having enough energy. But this is a perfect weight, and I think staying at a BMI of 25, 119 pounds is perfect. You might not believe me, but
I believe you. But I try to going down. I like it 115, but I feel better with that.
oh, you feel better at 115.
Yeah.
So if you physically feel better at 115 than 115, absolutely. But you gotta be honest with yourself if 115 is really where you're feeling better. Your CMP looks good. Kidney function is absolutely normal. All of your electrolytes are normal, meaning that you're not deficient in any electrolytes. And then your liver function is completely normal. They also did a urinalysis, and then, right? That was the urinalysis that they did. Oh, wait,
think
that
they
was
did.
even further back. Okay, that
Yeah,
was
they
even
didn't
further
never
back.
do this time.
Yeah, so your labs actually look pretty good. I can't explain why you're having these symptoms, and because of that, if you're willing to, we can do a couple
What did
more.
that call symptom? Is a
Like, I can't explain why you've been having these earthquake feelings and
Yeah.
feeling like you're about to lose consciousness. If you find that it tends to be associated with like standing up really quickly, then most likely it's dehydration. But if it happens when you're standing and sometimes it happens when you're sitting, we've got to rule out other causes. So because of that, I think that if you're willing to do the tests, we can run a couple more tests. So there are more blood tests that we can run to make sure that this isn't your thyroid that's being affected, and make sure that your blood levels are completely normal, like you don't have anemia. And the other thing too is making sure that your lungs are working okay, that your heart is working okay.
That can be done by blood test.
yeah.
So two of them, the heart and the lung test, those are imaging.
Okay.
But then the blood test will take a look at your thyroid, and it'll also take a look at your blood level for anemia.
Okay.
Does that sound
So how about my vitamin D? I used to have problem with my vitamin D and B12. I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. So we can actually check that too, because that could be another reason why you're having these issues.
Yeah.
So we'll check chest X-ray. You're able to exercise, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh no, maybe I'm gonna echocardiogram.
I'm lazy to exercise in the summer.
I won't make you exercise then.
Yeah,
I'll
in
just
the
get
summer I don't want to do it.
You go to Desert Advanced Imaging, correct?
Yeah.
We'll do CBC, and then we'll repeat a CMP, and do TSH, and then a vitamin D. So. Anything else? That you,
Calcium.
oh, that'll be under the CMP. That will get covered by that. Anything else you can think of? Okay.
Yeah, just only vitamin D. Vitamin D is my problem.
That's been your
Yeah,
problem?
mhm.
Okay. Let's see what else. You have reflux. Okay. So you don't have a whole lot of problems.
And the reflux, I still take the medication, but not every day.
Not every
when
day.
I feel like that.
Yeah. That's okay. I don't want you to be taking it every day.
Yeah.
Like only when you really need it, you can use it, and that's okay. So the two of the imagings that you're gonna get done, it's gonna be at Desert Advanced Imaging on Bob Hope Drive.
Hmm?
Do you know? Have you gone there before?
Is it on Bob Hope? Which one? The one that we go there? Huh?
I'm not sure.
Okay. I'll just have my MA print out all these informations for you. And then LabCorp is where you're going to go for the blood draw. So 2 different sites, one for imaging and then one for the blood. Okay. And then hopefully you can come back within 3 weeks so we can follow up those results.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have any other questions or concerns?
Just only vitamin D and my earthquake. I don't know what is that called.
Yeah, it sounds like it's called syncope in medicine, but I want to make sure that we're doing the right tests so that there's nothing dangerous. I think it's most likely dehydration, but I'm gonna do these tests to make sure that it's not anything else.
That means dehydrate.
Yeah. So we don't have to do the chest X-ray then. I'll decline that. We'll just do the blood. Does that sound okay?
Keep drink water.
Yeah, and keep drinking water. Yeah. So just go. So you'll just go to lab. All right. Let me listen to your heart and lungs, and then I'll tell the MA to start checkout.
โอเค
Everything
I have
sounds
heart-
good.
Am I have heart murmur?
No.
Because Dr. Cook tell me I have it.
Who?
Yes, some doctor. The first doctor tell me that I don't remember him. And one in Chicago and one here. I think Dr. Cook tell me that I have heart murmur.
Where did you say the heart murmur was?
It's happened for a long time, over 10 years, but
You're right. You do have a heart murmur. It's very soft.
Right.
When was the last time you got an echocardiogram, like where they looked at your heart?
last year
That's years ago. Here.
it's put a lot, what did I call, just like an
Yeah.
EKG, right?
Right. But did they use gel? Like, did they put gel on your chest and try to look at the structure of your heart? They didn't. I know I just canceled it, but I'm gonna uncancel my cancellation. I do think that it's worth it. I mean, maybe you're having these symptoms because of your heart, so we'll just take a look, okay? But we don't need to do the chest X-ray. We'll just do the echocardiogram. So yeah, back to Desert Advanced.
But it's soft, right? It's not like
It is. It's very, very soft. But I don't know if this is a progression, if it's the same, if it's worse. So it might be good to take a look at it so we have a baseline and see exactly where the murmur is coming from. Do you know like where it is coming from? Is it one of the valves? Okay. So at least we can get an answer here, and you'll be able to tell your cardiologist if you ever see one exactly where the murmur is coming from. Okay. All right. Do you have any other questions?
หมอทุกคนที่เนี่ยจะถามละเอียดมากเลย ป้าก็จำอะไรไม่ได้เนอะคือตั้งใจจะมาถามอันนี้ก็ถามอันเนี้ยแหละ ไปต่อ ไว้เจอกันใหม่คลิปหน้านะคะ สวัสดีค่ะ บ๊ายบาย